So should I go back from the beginning? I'll go back from the beginning. I will just delete this one, create a new one. So we'll create a new one. We'll create just a Java class. We'll say testing how to use abstract class. This is not the anyway, we'll do that. Now we have something called testing how to use abstract class. So as I said, you have some useful thing here called AI. And AI will help you to learn anything. So if I say here, what is an abstract class in Java? Means the only barriers between you and learning is you ask the question. Just ask the question. Now, of course, you need to read it carefully. I'll explain it. But here it's telling us few things. One is abstract class is a Java class that cannot be instantiated. Means you cannot create an object, which means you cannot create an object of the abstract class. It is also designed to be a super class. So why you use it, you can create a super class, you can create a subclass from it. So it behaves like a super class. Abstract class are used to provide a common definition of a base class that multiple derived class can share. So what that means, if we come here and create a new one, let's create a new one, we'll call it person again, .java, and I'll say create a class person like this. Now this is not an abstract class. Why? Because I didn't use the word abstract. So if I put here abstract, now it's an abstract class. Okay? This is an abstract class. I can put a variable like public string name. Okay? So this now has a variable code. I can add also age if I want to add age. I can also have a constructor. So I can add a comment here just for us to remember. An abstract class can have a constructor. Now, when you need constructor and when you do not need, if you have no variables or field, you don't need a constructor. If you have variables, you need a constructor because the constructor initiates those variables. Usually the constructor is very simple, as you know. This name equal name, okay, and this age equal age. So now we're done with that one. Now, this looks like any similar class. The only thing it has the word abstract. But I can here create a new method here, okay? I can create a method, for example, public void increase age. Will come something like this, where the person age will get increased by 1. So this is now a method, but this method is not abstract method. It is a full method, call it concrete method. If I want to make it abstract, I remove these things. And now it become abstract, means it has no, and I need to add the word abstract, has no body. This is an abstract method. Now, if you learn C language, in C language, you must do for any method 2 things. One, you declare it like this, you write just the first line of it, and then somewhere you declare it and you add the body. In Java, they said, no, if you want just to declare a method that abstract, the word abstract means it's not defined. It's not well defined. This method increase age. We don't know inside what the code is inside. So it is abstract method. It's not well defined. Okay. So this is one. I can have another one called abstract, public, void, decrease. Can we decrease age? No. Leave, we cannot have decrease age. Okay. What else we can have? We'll add to this person public string address. Okay. We added address. Okay. String is capital. See, the variables are not abstract. The method need to be. So now I can add another method called abstract. So you need to use the word abstract. Public void, okay, set address. Okay, and I can send the address to this one. So this is another method, which this is abstract method. So the abstract can, now if I remove the word abstract, this becomes wrong. These are error now. It will not work. Why? Because I'm using abstract method in non-abstract class, and the class itself having an issue now. So abstract class, the only one that can have abstract method. Normal class cannot have abstract method. Normal class cannot have abstract method. Okay, doing some scripting here. Very good. I can see my everything I'm saying is becoming like a text. Okay. Questions, Shabab? Do you have questions? No question. Now let's add a normal method that display the student information or the person. Public void print details. Yeah, and this one will make it a full method, concrete we call it. Yeah, this is a concrete method. So you can have a concrete method that has a full body. Okay, and here we can have an abstract method has no body. Good. So far, it's very clear. Yeah. So this question, this thing, it said there on the AI. Where is the AI? Remember in the AI, where is our AI search? No, AI window. Here is the AI window. Let's come back. So let's understand this one based on what we did. So an abstract class cannot be used to instantiate directly. We will see that one, which means you cannot create an object of it. It's designed to be a super class, and it must inherit, okay. Abstract classes are used to provide common definition. Now, what we mean here, this person class is just a definition of a person because it doesn't have the full body of every method. It has the full body only of one method, but the two methods not there. So this is a definition. It's not a full class. Okay, multiple. Here are some points. Okay, abstract method and abstract class may contain abstract method. So you can have abstract method in an abstract class. An abstract method is a method that is declared without implementation. So the word implementation means there's nobody of that method. Implementation means there's nobody there. So without braces and followed by a semicolon. If you look at how we wrote it, this is an abstract method. So we said abstract, public, void, the name of the method, semicolon. The second one, it's receiving a parameter, the same thing, abstract, public, void, semicolon, and semicolon. I cannot do this. If you want to do this, this is not an abstract. It should not have any braces, should have just semicolon at the end. It's just one line, should be, yeah? That's one thing. Okay, so semicolon meaning the subclass, the subclass we will use to create this one is required to provide an implementation. So it is required to provide body for it, for that method. Okay. And then we'll come to this one. Leave this one. We'll see it later. Constructor. Abstract class can have a constructors, one or more, even though you cannot this is, someone asked me this question last time. I can't remember who asked me this question. One of the ladies said, why then I need a constructor if I cannot create an object from an abstract class? And we said the constructor has two objectives. One is to initiate the variables, they give them data, and the other one is to create object. In this case, in the case of the abstract class, the object is to initiate the variables. So here in this case, we have two variables in our class, name and age. The constructor we created three variables, name and age. We created one constructor to initiate only name and age, and later we will set the address using another method. So it's helping the constructor is just get initial value for the okay, we know this abstract. So the constructor, you can have a constructor, you can have multiple constructors by changing the parameters of that constructor. Very good. If you have question, ask me or raise your hand, please, okay? Don't be watching a football game or doing something else and listening to me. Oh, okay, I can see there is a hand up. Please, yeah, I like those who ask me questions. Who put his hand up and then down?
No, I wanted to ask a question. Doctor, so like, what's the point of having the like method without the braces? And also, can't we put the address in the constructor if we want to?
Yes, the last one, yes, you can put the address in the constructor. Of course you can. That's one thing. But if you want to create someone and create later a person, not an object, from the child class, and then later set the address, you can do that. Yes, you can do, and it's fine. Here I did it this way because I want to show you that we can have a concrete method. So I'm just finding myself an excuse to show you, sorry, that I can have two abstract method. So if I put the address here, then I don't need this method. But I want to show you that I can create a abstract method with a variable. For that reason, I put the address in another method. But I can have it in the constructor, of course. And in that case, I do not need this method to be there.
But also, since we aren't gonna use we're not gonna put a body in the methods, then why do we need them? Is it because we're gonna use them in the subclass?
Yeah, in the subclass, we give them body. We have maybe different in the subclass will be different type of body. For example, you take the case of animal, okay? If in animal I have an abstract class called animal, an abstract method say produce sound, okay? Now when I come to the dog, I need to produce a different sound from when I come to cat. And this way, when I make it vague in the abstract class without body, in the subclass, I can give it specific body related to that type of class. Yeah, this is the idea behind it. The abstract class make you create a definition, and then in the subclass you put the details of that thing. Depends on the object or the subclass you create from that definition. Give you that flexibility.
And so we always add the body in the subclass, but we
Yes,
don't.
for the abstract. For the abstract class, the body we add it in the subclass, except those methods, their body will not change because they are the same in any other category of the subclass. Go back to that animal. Take now the shape situation. If you create a abstract class called shape, okay, shape like that. Now, shape, you can have a method, say, calculate area. Now, calculate area depends of what type of shape we are using. So if I create a subclass of shape of type circle, there is a specific formula to find the area of a circle. So the implementation of the area in the subclass for a circle will be by R4, something like that. If I use rectangular, then the same method called area, but will be width multiply length. If I take a triangle, then will be half LH, thing like that. Yeah, each one has a different implementation, but the method definition is the same, call area, which type public, for example, or anything. That help you. You can have a general method declaration in the abstract class. In the subclass, you write the body based on what subclass you are creating. In that case, and this gives you this flexibility. Now, what else I want to say? There are some situations when a method will not change in the subclass. Okay, so if we can, for example, if we take the shape example, okay, if we want, the shape is not a good example, but I think I can show you in the student one. For example, in this student one, if I just want to display the details, this one details, and the details, I put it in the abstract class because everyone, if I create a student or I create employee or I create anything, all of them will have a name, will have address, will have a display. So this method will stay the same everywhere. So it's better I keep it in the abstract class. And what I'm saying here, the method that its body or its implementation is the same in every subclass I'll have, this will better to have it in the abstract class. Now, I'm saying better to have it. What does mean? It means I can have it also in the subclass if I want, but the better design in the abstract class, because the abstract class now has a method that will not change. All of them, they use the same thing, and I'll keep it in that abstract. So I can use it with every subclass. Let me continue, get clearer, and then we'll come back to this more. So far what we did, we created abstract class called person. It has a name, it has an age, it has address, it has a constructor that accepts two parameters, has two methods. One is increase age and one set address. I was thinking to add decrease age by age, how you can decrease age. Well, I wish we can decrease age. is it a good thing to decrease age of, no, I don't know, human. And then I have a method that has a full implementation, because I'm expecting I'm going to use it as it is in the subclass. This is the abstract class now. Can I create from this abstract class a subclass? Let's do that. We create one here called student.java. So public class. What should I say here? Student extends person. Why? Because the only way to use this abstract class is to inherit it in a subclass. Okay, that's what I can do here. Okay, now student, I can have one extra thing. Let's say public. Let's say public string school. Oh no, why all this? Public string school. Yeah, we added just a school to this person. So this has a school now, and we can create a constructor for it, public student, yeah, student, and we accept those things plus school. Now I need 4 things. Why? Because 2 are for the abstract class constructor. This name and age, they are in the abstract class constructor, as you know. This is name and age. It didn't include the address, because the address, I don't have it in the constructor, yeah? So it has 3 things. This one and this one coming from there, and this one for the new one which added here. So this we can, how we do it, we can call super, and we pass to the super what name and age. Yeah, this will, and this one will set it here. This is the constructor. We have been doing this one for some time, but if you want, I'll explain it. So we extended the student class by using extends, and we extended person. And then here we added a new variable. And then we had a subclass here, a constructor here that use those parameters, and that's it. Now, if I use this one as it is now, let me go to the main class. No, sorry, I didn't do a code. Let's go to the main class. Student extends public class. There's something, there's a missing something here. Student, why is doing this? Let's go back here. Public student, did we call it student? The type student must implement and inherit abstract class. Person inclusion. Okay, we'll do it. Yeah, this is good. Now, this is very good now. You want this mistake, or it's not a mistake, it's something very good. I want you to understand. Remember, I kept saying last time that we have to implement or create a body for every abstract method. Yeah, I had one thing that I said, justification why I need abstract class. I said abstract class will enforce the programmer or developers to write implementation or body for every abstract method in the abstract class. Now you see there's an error here coming. If you click on this error here, you will get this message coming saying, there is a method in the abstract class called increase age. I don't have implementation for it in this student class. I must have. And there is one called set address. I don't have implementation for it, so I need to implement it. So without implementing those, which will become an issue. So I need to say now public void. Okay, what's that method? Increase age. I think this is the way I wrote it. Did I write it this way? Let's go to the abstract.
No, doctor. No, doctor.
I lowercase. I lowercase. Yes. So now I override this one. This is now I did.
Doctor, I have a question.
Yes, please.
Why is it age plus plus?
Because the age get increased by 1 year.
Okay.
When you increase age, how you increase it? By increasing it by 1. Okay, that's the way it works. Now this is the other method also. Now when I did this, the red one here gone. Why? Because now I met that condition that I wrote body in the subclass for every abstract method in the abstract class. This is a requirement by Java language. If you have an abstract class and it includes any number of methods, in the subclass, you must write body for it. You must override it. If you don't write the body for it, you cannot. This is one of the things. Now, those who created this abstract class or Java rules and condition, they were thinking this is one way to have a contract with the programmer, that he or she must meet all the requirements which implementing all the methods in the abstract class. Okay. So now this abstract, this class is perfect. This is not abstract because I don't have abstract, but it is a class that uses person. And it does add thing, okay? Set a school for that person. And then or implement the 2 abstract classes, which were 2 abstract method that we have in the person class. You noticed we have a 3rd method in the abstract class called display details, print details. This print details, we didn't implement it here. I didn't do that one, but we can do it later. So now let's go step by step. We created a person abstract class by using the word abstract. We had 3 variables there. We created a constructor that take 2 of these variables. We created 2 abstract class with no body, with no price. One is increasing age, one is setting the address. And we created one method that has concrete implementation. Then we came and created a subclass based on the abstract class using this. In the subclass, we added one more variable called school, or string, and then the constructor changed to include the school, and then we use super to call the abstract constructor, and then we set the school. And then we have override for the 2 method, to abstract method, by writing a body for it. Okay. Now, if I go to the main class, and let's do some work in the main class. We'll test some of these concepts first, which we said. Let's delete this one. Remember, we said one thing: you cannot create an object of an abstract class. Let's try this one and see what we will get. So we'll say person, I'll call it P1 equal new person, something like this, and then print details. Okay, so let's do this one and see what we will get. We'll get this error. So the error says its error cannot be instantiated. Okay, person cannot be instantiated. Means because it's an abstract class, you will not be able to create an object of it, because this is following the Java rules to do. Now let's change it to student student and call him S1, for example. S1, new what? New student. Student. Okay. S1, a new student. Okay. So
Doctor, you have to add the school. 3 attributes.
Yes, you're right. Then IDU. Yes. Okay, so this will be S1 of again. And now we should be fine. So came John, whatever, the address came empty because we didn't do it. If we come here and use that method called S1 set school, did we call it set school? Well, I don't know what did we call it. Set school IDU. We'll go back here and look at student.
We didn't add.
We didn't add?
No.
Here,
Yeah,
set
not
address,
good.
doctor.
Huh?
Set
Ah,
address.
Set address.
Set address. Yeah, let's use set address. You're right. Yeah. We didn't do the school. Let's go back here, and let's set address first. Set address. And I don't know if this is set address or something. Is it set address this way? We can go back to our student. This is set address. Set address. Okay.
Doctor, I have a question.
Yeah.
Can a child class be a parent class to another child class?
Yes, can be. Can be for any level you like. You can create a child of a child of a child of a child to no limit on that one. Yes, it can be.
Okay.
Now we are okay. So address came in. Now one thing I wanted to show you for some time. Let's say download JDK documentations. I want to show you the actual JDK documentation. Okay, Java JDK. Here is it. Let's download this one. I want to show you this idea of sorry, Fidget, Oracle, okay. Why is doing this? Download JDK implementation. JDK, this is 8 or 17 down. I need some new version. Okay. Let me with libraries. Charge and specification to change the way it download. Yeah, here is it. It should be somewhere here. Where is Mac? Using Mac. Get this one. Still downloading it. Content. not downloading it right. Okay, we'll do it the other way. It's not downloading it. I'm not getting the version I want, but I will show you now. Let's go to our AI. Let's close this. Now it's working anyway. You notice now what we did, but I wanted to show this Java library and how complicated it is. I can't find you here. So what is the, what are what are the classes that makes Java FX? You know, that text field and other things. I want to show you some of these classes and how they relate. I downloaded somewhere. Let me try again. Java JDK library structure. Who is calling me? Yeah, here it explained the structures, but for example, this application one, let's see if it takes us to the JDK. No, it's not. Oracle, since they took Java was before with something called Sun Microsystem, who are the people who own it. And Sun Microsystem made it open source. When Oracle took it, Oracle make it more like a commercial. So they hide the code and do these things, which was not right to do. And that's why we, okay, managed to find you something. I'll share screen now on the other one. Now this page is very useful, which I'm going to share with you now. Let me just copy the address. This one. This page, I'll put it in the chat, which actually here, just to make it fit on the other screen. This one. And in this one, you will get more tutorials and things related to Java if you want to learn more. And the library. Your graduation year, I don't know. You need to put these details for you. I'll just put it in the chat. Where is the chat? I put it in our group chat. Okay. So it's in the chat, and you need to select when you will graduate, whatever. Based on that, they will give you. This has a full Java things, inheritance, abstract classes. Here is
Doctor, there's no. Oh, okay.
this page. You can get the full Java tutorials. There's so many tutorials show you how to create things step by step. And you also can run the code and you see the outcome coming from that one. To open another window, to run the code. And there are all the things. These are basics you did in the previous course. But if you come here in object-oriented, this is object-oriented. So talking about classes object, which we did. And there is abstract classes are here. So this will give you examples and explanation of all this thing. But the library, you need to download it, and can't find it now, but we'll find it for you next time. Let's go back to what we're doing. And so you understand what I'm doing, and then we come back. So now what we learned, we created an abstract class again. In the abstract class, we had 3 variables. We had the constructor, we had 2 abstract method, 1 normal method. And created a subclass based on the abstract class. We just changed the constructor by adding, and we implemented the methods. The method that display or print details, we kept it in the parent class, because now it can print for me the date, the name, the age, and the address at any time I call it, and it's not related. Now let's create, we created the student class as well. So the student class, we extended the abstract class, we added something called school, and we created a constructor that take the school, and then we implemented the 2 methods that we have there. I can now create another one called COE student, for example. If you want to create a subclass, this is to answer the question of one of you. COE student, for example. This is an engineering student. I can create one that will be public class COE student extend. I can make it extend either person or student. Now, when I said extend student, now it uses the student as the parent class. The student is the child class of the abstract class called student. Yeah, so you can do that in this case. So if engineering student, what's special about engineering student? You do lots of labs. So public, what labs everybody. String. What's special about engineering student? They are smart. Lab. Just add something. It doesn't make any sense. Now, what we did here, we added a constructor. Let's do some spacing here. Let me make this one like this. So I had a constructor that uses the super class of whom? Of the student, because the parent of the engineering student is student, and the parent of student is the abstract class person. So you can create all this level of details to do. Now, this is very good example. I don't need to override the other 2 methods. Remember, we have in the abstract 2 method. It increase age and set the address. Now, do I need to override them here? No, I don't need. Why? Because they already overridden in the in the parent class. So student, because student is the father or the parent of engineering student, it extended person and overridden these 2 abstract methods. Now, when I create someone that based on the student, someone like my door, yes, come. Sorry, where's the next door? The next. Who asked me this question? Can a subclass be parent of other class? Abdurrahman? Abdurrahman, was that your question? Yes? I can't hear you. Did you speak, Abdurrahman? Can you hear me, everyone? I'm
Yes,
worried now
doctor.
that. Oh, okay. So,
Doctor, I just wanted to ask, when do we use
Yes.
implements instead of extends?
yeah, that's when we create interface, not abstract. Now we're creating abstract. We'll come to the implement.
Okay,
we
thank
have, yeah, we discussed two things last time. Okay, one called abstract, which we now doing, and the other one interface. And we said there are differences and similar thing. Now we're doing abstract. We'll go to the interface, and you will see we're using the implement. But my message here is that you can have a class become parent of another class, and that child class become parent of another one, and that child become, you can do all this level of things. Okay. And now that's became, I think, hopefully clear. Let's now create an interface. Should we do it in the same project or do it in other project? Let's do it in the same project so we get more maybe clear or confused. I don't know. We will see. Now, I don't want this student engineering one. I'll delete it. Just I created for you to understand. Now, let's create an interface. How we created abstract? We created it normally, and we called started by the word abstract. And then we had the name of it. Okay. Now for interface, the same thing. Let's create something called course. Yeah, course. Course, and we make it interface course. Okay. So you need to say interface and course. You don't use the word class. Remember when we created the abstract, this is abstract class. We called it abstract class, 10%. When we created course, we said interface course. Interface course. Huh? What that means, we are not specifying class because interface is not a class. Abstract is a class. Abstract is a class. Interface is not a class. Okay, clear? Okay. Now here we can have some methods like this. I gave me some stupid method. By default, these methods are abstract method. Why? In the abstract, this is abstract class, yeah? In the abstract, when we need a method to be abstract, we say abstract. We say specific, we say abstract. If we don't say abstract, it will expect us to give it a body. Okay? We have to say abstract in the abstract class for the abstract method. But the interface, every method by default is abstract. So if I add here abstract to it, it's okay. But if I do not add, it is abstract without saying abstract. Yeah. So like every student studying this course is engineer. Other students will not do this course if they are not in engineering or related program. So I don't have to say engineering. Okay. Same thing. In the interface, methods that do not have body are abstract by default. Okay. So let's go here and read to this one. What is interface in Java? I want you to start using this technology to learn. Just ask this question. What is? Give me an example. Why I need this? Ask it like you ask a human being. I think give you some good answer, but you need to read. If you don't like to read, then you lost the opportunity to do that. If you don't like to read, you want to listen, I'm sure in your phone, computer, you'll have something to listen.
An interface in Java is a reference type, similar to a class, that can contain only constants, method signatures, default methods, Static methods.
Stop, please. Okay, so an interface in Java, I'll come back here, make it too big. So I want you to read. An interface in Java is a reference type, means it's not really an actual class. It's not a class. Similar to the class that can contain only constant means fixed method signature, default method, static method, and nested types. Interface cannot contain instance field or implementation code for their method. This exception of default one. Okay, we'll look at it now. So method signature only, you need method, when it says signature only, it means the declaration of the method, means this is a signature of a method. This line called signature of a method, which the access modifier, the data type it returns, the name of the method, and any parameters, and semicolon. This is called signature of a method. Like my signature when I sign, same thing. This is the signature of the method get course name. This is the signature of the method get course ID, and this is the signature of the method get course get course ID. Why you have set and get, yeah, course ID. So these are signature methods. Now you can see something that I have something called get course name and get course ID and set course ID and set course name, but I don't have course name and ID here. How that? Because this will be implemented later in the subclass or in the class, and then we'll put the specific variables for this one to do. Okay, now it can have a default method. Default, for example, display, default public void display details, for example. Sometimes think and do things. And now, because it's a default word, I can have here some system out println things to do with that. Okay. Display at source. This is Java 1.8 or above. So this we cannot use in here because it's a different version. Okay. Anyway, let's stay with this one. So we created an interface class with abstract method. Now, can I use it in the student class? So the student class is extending person. Okay. It's extending person. Can I add here and say implements implements what the name of that one? Course. Can I do this? I can, but this became red now. Why? You can see it. Why, شباب؟ مين بيقول لي why? This became red. Why؟ مين يقول لي بعطي له جائزة؟ وهي إني بسكت شوية وأشرب ماء. شباب.
Because we have to set a body for the method.
Yes, we have to implement methods. These methods here, we need to write body for them. We complicated so many of them, yeah? Yeah, we can do that. So let's take them one by one. Copy this one. And because that's the way, as soon as you implement or extend, if you extend abstract or implements an interface, the abstract methods in the interface or in the abstract class, you have to implement them. And the way you do that, you do here override, and then we can, oh, here is one, and here. Now we need to add to this one something called course. We need to add course name, yeah? Course name, so we'll add here public student course ID and course name. We need only these two. We don't want to complicate it in ourselves. So here the course name, show me your smart. Course name equal name. Very good. And another override. So you have let's delete the other two we don't need. These are the two, but can we implement? I'm becoming lazy. This one get. This method must override superclass method debug. Okay, we did that. We did override this one. Student must override a superclass method. The method, okay, this other method we have called set course name, string name. This is fine, yeah. On this one, we had set get course name, set course name. We'll override the ID as well, and then override get ID. These are all now overridden by this. Okay. Now let's see if this should be fine. Are there the same names of the method? I hope they are. We'll see. Oh, it's perfect. But let's clear this one. Run it again. So our code is working perfect now, but we didn't use the interface the right way. So I complicated this one for you on purpose. Okay, let me repeat it and make it clear for you. One is we created an abstract class, which we had the method and abstract method and one concrete method. Then we created another one called interface class. Okay. Okay. And from these two, the person and the course, we came with a new child class that inherit or extend the person class. So this student extend the person class and implement the interface course. Okay, you can do both in one. So you do it this way: public class student extend person, so it's extending person, and it's implementing course. Why implementing course? Because course is interface. Inside the code, we said interface. Why extend? Because person is a abstract class. You can extend abstract class and implement interface, but you cannot implement abstract class or extend interface. The implementation is for the interface. The extension or inheritance of the abstract class. By doing this, we're able to do that, and we are required to override all the method in the abstract and in the interface class. Otherwise, it will not work. Okay, so let's do one thing here. We can say, remember this one here, set course set course name, this one. Let's call this method. I want to call it in the main class. So if I go back to the main class, Now our main class is very simple. It created an object of student, not of person, because you cannot create of a person. And we provided the three things. And then we set the address of person, which is one, and we printed the detail of person. That's what we did. Can we now set the course for student by saying CSC 202? And some of you are very smart. I like that. You notice that I need S1 here and I need a semicolon at the end. Can I do this? Yes, I can do this. And I can do this to get the details. So now this one is coming from the interface set name, but implemented in the class student. This get course name coming from the interface course, but implemented in the student. This is why I can call it using S1, which S1 is the student. يا شباب is it clear ولا في شيء معقد؟ مين ما فهم يقول لي.
It's
أنا
clear. Detail.
كل اللي أخشاه اللي ما فهم ما يقول لي، واللي فهم راح يسألني كمان. This is good إن اللي فهم يسألني، بس اللي ما فهم يسألني يا شباب، اسألوني. صراحة maybe better اللي فهم يسأل حتى اللي ما فهم يفهم. والله صرت أقول حكم سبحان الله. Is it clear to everyone? I will ask you one. Abdul Salam. Tell me, Abdul Salam, what do you think? I'll put you on the spot, Abdul Salam. Because you are the first one on my list. Abdul Salam, then I'll ask Abdullah, Fahd, Abdullah Kalbani. Then I'll ask Abdullah Saleh. I'll ask you all. If you do not answer, you are absent. Because you're playing a game and not listening to me. يلا شباب. عبد
Doctor, we
السلام.
understood, Doctor.
هذا موسى. انت موسى انت understood. بجي لك يا موسى. بس good, thank you for that. عبد السلام. عبد السلام غايب، يشهدوا هاي انه ما رد. عبد الله الكلباني مشغول بالتليفون. شايفك يا عبد
نعم
الله.
دكتور، موجود.
الله يحفظك ويبارك فيك. فهمت؟
نعم الحمد لله فهمت.
إذا ما فهمت اسألني، الله يرضى عليك يا عبد الله.
لا الحمد لله كل شيء واضح دكتور.
وعبد الله صالح.
فهمت دكتور.
فهمت. أسألك سؤال بعدين بسألك. عبد الرحمن أكيد ما شاء الله عليك. عبد الرحمن كيف؟ عبد الرحمن كليب.
فهمت دكتور.
عبد الرحمن.
اثنين عبد الرحمن ما شاء الله عليكم.
نعم
ولا-
فهمت دكتور.
خلاص تعبت، ما عاد بسأل الباقيين. فرحانين الحين ما بسألكم. اوكي الآن فهمنا الفرق بين الانترفيس والابستراكت. الامور بسيطة. ابستراكت محتاج ابستراكت، والابستراكت عنده اي ميثود abstract must have word abstract. اوكي الانترفيس ناخذ واحدة. هذا word interface method do not require to be abstract. By default they are abstract unless you make them default. Okay, the other thing with the abstract, you can have variables of any type of variables you would like to have in the abstract. In the interface, you can have only static or final, which not that commonly used, so you don't worry about it now. But also you can have method that refer to variables or field that will be decided during the implementation. For example, here there is nothing called name or ID, but still I have an abstract method that get the name. But because there's nobody, I don't need to have the name here. I can have the name later, okay? That's one thing. Now, when you use those abstract or interface method, you need to say public class extends the abstract. And then you can also implement, if you want, or another file, and you implement. But here I thought maybe you can mix the two together. We linking the course to the student, and we use those, and the student is a person as well. So we just made it a little complicated, which fine. You can, I think you understand. And abstract can have a constructor to set those variables. And when you extend it, you can call that constructor using the word super. Here, the person has two variables. When we created the student constructor, we use the word super to call name and call age. Okay? And then we set the third one we need to do. Every method in the abstract class must be overridden or read, or you need to override it, by the way. You need to give it a body. And in the body, you do whatever you want to do in that body, depends on what that method is supposed to be doing. So we have in this one, these two are coming from the abstract. These two methods, I'm just are abstract methods from the abstract class. From the, no, these are from أربط على AI صار from the person abstract class. Yeah, this came from the person abstract class. Or I will write in this one abstract class person, just to make it clear for you. So these two methods are coming, increase age and set address. They are here. They defined here as abstract. They are. Okay, and these two. So this one and this one. Now these methods, these two methods, and yes, this الآن هو كلامه صح. These four methods, there are four of them. Four methods are abstract method from the interface course being used. Okay. Oh, this became a nice example, I think. Now we done with this thing. We'll go back to the main. And the main is very simple. We created student. We set the address. We printed the details, and we did this. Okay. Now this print details is very good. Yeah. If I do print details here, Control Z, copy. If I do it twice, what do you think I'll get? I'll get the same thing, but I want to show you the same thing, yeah? Now, what if I change these print details and do override it in the student class and make it include the course name? Huh? So let's go to the student class, and we will add this one. We'll add it, not there. I can add it anywhere, but I want to be clear. Let's add it here. So we'll do override the method public void print details. How did I write it? Here is it. This is the one. Print details. Print details, and we will do super print details, and we will add these things to it. Yeah, it looks better now. So this method we offer, although it is a full implementation here. Why I did this one, because I want to show you not only the abstract class you can override in the subclass, you can also override the concrete one, which we are familiar with from previous example. Now, if we do this and do this and look at our code, then we will see now a different thing. Now it's printed name and whatever, then school, then whatever, then yes, it's more details. I could have done it in the main. Let's just print details only once, because you already set everything. Why we need to complicate it? So run. See, doing all of it, printing the course ID, because we did not set the course ID, became 0. So let's say here, course name, we'll call it programming to OOP. OOP stands for object oriented, yeah? And then set ID, we'll put this ID. Okay, now ours is better. I need to see what you want. Okay, so now the ID came there and the course name came there. All these are very good thing to do. And now I have a task for you to do during the weekend, during time until you come later. I'll answer you, Isra. Go ahead, Isra, but remind me I have a task for you. Isra, tell me.
Yes, doctor. What if the abstract class has private variables? Can I inherit them normally, or there is a special way?
Yeah, the abstract class, they need to be public. If you make them private, then you need a way to, because it doesn't create object, so you need to be public to do. Let's show you how it works now. If I come now and make this one private, the name. See what I'm getting? Now if I run, because I'm not changing the value from outside, yeah, everything is running as normal. Now if I want to change this value, say public, let's do this. That's fine. Now if I make it private and I go to the student class and I want to change, let's not do that one, let's do that. Let's make it public as it is. Let's do the address. Yeah. See what will happen. I'm getting an error. Now it worked for, I need when I made this one private, I had no issue. Why? Because the name is changed using the constructor. If I make this one also private, there is no issue. The age will change using constructor. But the address, I have a separate method for it called set address, and that method is abstract method. So for a variable that need to be changed by an abstract method, you cannot have it private, has to be public. If the variable will be changed using the constructor, you can have it private, because the constructor will deal with it. But if it is going to be changed by another method, and that method is abstract, then the variable cannot be private. because no way you will be able to change it unless you change that method to become non-private method, like this one, with full implementation. In another word, any variable that is private need a full implementation in the abstract class. Otherwise, you will not be able to change it to do. But if it's going to be changed using the constructor, they can become private. That's the message. Isra, was that clear or still not clear?
Yes, doctor, I got it.
Thank you. Now, I remember now the task I have for you. You have this nice implementation, which I will share with you now there. Can you create, well, I'm not sure why I'm smiling, but can you create JavaFX that use this one? It's very simple. I'll get you started. So I'm going to get you this code in the chat, all of them. Let's start from here. Copy, I put it in the team chat, and I want you to create a JavaFX. Please do that because you'll have a project. I'm going to post it soon that will require you to do JavaFX. Java needed. So this is the first class, which about the person interface. I will go to the other class, which the interface, the person abstract. This is the interface in the chat. Interface in the chat. And then here is the student class. Yeah, student class. This is for your practice. There's no grade on it. But if you practice it, you will get yourself in a better situation. Now, the last thing I'll give you is the main class. Okay. I'll add a message using the above code, the above abstract interface student class create. I should put it in my auto-graded system. Interface create a Java FX that has 3 text fields to enter student name, age, address. Oh, I need 5. Address, course, ID, course name. Okay. 5 address. جايكم أنا جالس أكتب بظهر الآن. Address JavaFX 5 fields. Okay. When the user press save, which okay, it displays these details. This is your task. And how you do it is very simple. You need to copy these files. You go and create here JavaFX. And this is JavaFX. Okay. Now this JavaFX is very simple. If we run it now, you will see it's a very simple. It just, you can enter something here like your name. So this is, say, the name, Hamad. And you press this, the name comes up. I need to add another 4, name, address, age, course code, course ID. And when you print, it display all of them. How to do it? You first need to understand this one. And understanding this one is easy. These are the labels you have to add, the components. So there's a text field, you need 5 like this one. One you call it name, one you call it age, one you call it, it's very easy, yeah? This line, you create them by saying new text field 1, name, text field 2, address, text field, text field, thing like that, okay? And you get each one a maximum width. Keep them all 200. Or if you want, maybe the age you make it smaller because the age should be do. Now the labels are not important, but if you can want to add labels for all of them, add labels. I don't mind to do. Then after adding the 5, you need a button to enter. When you click the button, this is the thing it does. It gets the name. This label is needed, yeah. This label basically is this here. When we run this code again, this label actually this part. You need this one. Yeah, this one you need because you'll use it to display the data. You can have 5 of it, one for name, one after each other. So your code will be simple. Label, you will have 5 labels against label 1, call it name, label 2, call it age, and things. So you have, for each one, you have a label, you have a text field. Label, text field. Name, you have label name, or you have text field name. Okay, this 5. And then you add them here. Now you come here, you'll put this message. This will stay there, which I'm saying you need only one label. You can have 5 labels, yeah, have 5 labels. So in this one here, you started by empty, maybe nothing in it. So this will be label 1 because you call it label 1 or name equal new label, and then this is empty. Now, when the user click, you make label, which is the name, to set get name, because this will be text field name, and display. The other one is label age, set text, text field age, get text, and so on. Then your code is done. It's very simple. Now you start, after you do this, because you want to learn, start thinking what else I can do with that. Why I can't present it better, or do some calculation with it. Create another example of something else, account or something. Start exploring these things. This is the way you learn. I learned honestly programming this way. I used to sit in my room for day and night and creating application for so many things. And that's long time ago to do that. And you should maybe do that. By the way, maybe I should show you something. Need to find anyway, I can't find it. Okay. All right. This is something I did in 1999, which I developed something called Java Iconic Visual Environment for Simulation. It was a system that helped people simulate different models. This one had so many lines of codes and graphics, but that time we used something called ADWT, not JavaFX, which was more complicated than the JavaFX. I hope I can find that system to share it with you. So it's fun. If you spend time playing with this thing, you can create amazing things. You will learn, can practice and test and do lots of things. Without practice, you will not learn. Practice, please. And don't believe those people who tell you programming will disappear, will not disappear, will become different, but not the same as now, but will require you to do more things. Anyway, what question do you have for me? وينكم؟ أنا أدور عليكم لأن I can't see you. هذا هو أنتم موجودين هنا. ها شباب؟ Who has question? Any question? خلاص. If you don't have question, you need to do this exercise and you show me next time in class. I want to see that you create this one and it works. We already have the code. You need just few things to make it work. And those who will do something extra and make something beautiful of this one, I leave the creativity to you. I'll give you 2 more marks. Sure. What do you think? Abdurrahman, you put your hand up. خلاص, we agreed? Okay, so have a good time. And
You too,
please study. يلا بالتوفيق إن شاء الله.
Thank you, doctor.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Bye.